Hi, it's Cassie Hicks from Modern Marketing Spark. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how understanding your audience can help you to increase your sales on social media. Now, where did this come from? I gave a presentation at a networking meeting last night, and the challenge was to talk about audience, but to present 20 slides, 20 seconds each, rapid fire. So it was quite fun, and what I want to do is I want to basically go through that presentation. The whole thing took 6 minutes, so this is going to be very short and concise and to the point. And there's just a lot of valuable information packed in here. So let's crack on. And it's a shame you can't see my screen. Unfortunately, I couldn't do this so you could share my screen. I might make a video and do this a bit differently. But for today, I'm going to talk about how understanding your audience can help you to increase your sales on social media. So let me introduce myself. If you don't know who I am, I'm Cassie Hicks, founder of Modern Marketing Spark. We are a full-service digital marketing agency, and we specialise in content marketing and Facebook marketing funnels. So if you're not sure what that means, we basically help you to take your potential customers and clients on a journey from complete strangers all the way through to paid customers who love you and refer you and rave about you. And that process of going from cold to warm to hot used to take a really long time. It used to be, you go to networking meetings and then you'd schedule calls and you might have follow-ups and you'd send proposals, and sometimes that process could take a really long time. But with social media, we can really shortcut that process. And using a content strategy, and content just means the information that you're sharing on social media. So your posts, your videos, your Facebook Lives, all the valuable content that you as an expert are sharing with your community. And having a good content strategy will help you to position yourself as an expert, to build trust with your audience, and also to take people on that journey from cold to warm to hot. So there's a massive opportunity here for business owners to use social media to increase sales. But what I find is that quite often business owners can find social media a bit overwhelming. There's all of this stuff going on, and the problem is they can be approaching it a little bit of an ad hoc way, and I'm sure that's not you or anyone watching this session today. But there are a lot of business owners out there who are not really sure what they're doing on social media, so it's all a bit ad hoc. There's no strategy behind what they're doing, and most importantly, they don't have a system for turning prospects into customers, and that's what we do with content marketing and with our Facebook marketing funnels. So if you want to profit from social media, you need to think about things a little bit differently. And I'm turning to look at my slides, that's why I keep turning away. And I look at it as building a marketing machine. And if you're in my Modern Marketing Club Facebook group, or in my Modern Marketing Spark Facebook page, or have been in any of my programs, you'll have heard me talking about this before, you need to build a modern marketing machine. But before you panic, there's only 3 things that you need for your machine. One is traffic, and that's the audience that we're talking about today. The second is a really compelling offer, so you need to be sending this traffic to some sort of an offer. And the third thing is your message, getting your marketing message absolutely spot on for the audience you want to talk to. So I want you to imagine now a circle with 3 pieces, and on the inner circle we've got hot, the next level out is warm, and then the big outside piece of the circle is cold. So we've got cold, and then warm in the middle, and then hot right in the middle. So you can imagine it's a heat map. Now on the outside cold, these are people that don't know anything about you. They may have, for example, at the meeting I was at last night giving this presentation, there were people that I'd never met in my life before, so they would be what you would consider them a cold audience. Never met you, don't know anything about you. The next level in is warm. Now warm, that's someone you've either met them, they might be a LinkedIn connection, so maybe you've connected online but you haven't met them in person. They maybe have read a blog post, they might be on your mailing list, you could have met them at an event, they could have been referred. So this is warm, a warm audience. And then in the middle you've got your hot audience, and these are your paying customers. Now you might wonder why you'd want to be marketing to people that are already your customer, because perhaps they used to be a customer but they're not a customer now, or perhaps they're a customer now, but you've got other products and services that would be really useful for them. So you might want to cross-sell, upsell, you might be hoping to get reviews and testimonials. So the point is, when you look at your cold, your warm and your hot, you need to talk to those different audiences in different ways. You don't want to treat them all the same, because all audiences are not created equal. So let's have a look at how you can target these different audiences. So if we start with the cold, which is the outside of the circle, your cold audience, people that don't know anything about you, you can target your cold audience based on demographics, so age, sex, income levels, those sort of very basic, location, very basic demographic information. And also on interests, so particularly if we're talking about Facebook, you can target on interests. Now, somebody asked me last night, are you just talking about paid advertising? And it used to be that targeting interest groups was just for paid advertising. Now, when you post on your Facebook page, you can actually target on demographics, even with your free content. So this targeting that I'm talking about, some of it is paid, but actually a lot of it is just when you're posting on your Facebook posts. So it's free, it's organic traffic. So you can, as I say, you can target on location, you can target on things like job title and income level, net worth, whether someone's a homeowner, whether somebody's a parent, parent of teenagers, parent of toddlers, parent of preschool, and you can drill down to buying behaviours online. Has somebody bought a product online in the last 30 days, for example? Really, really sophisticated. So this is how you can find cold, new audiences for potential customers. You can also target your competitors, and this is where it gets really exciting. And you can do this with a paid strategy or a free strategy. So with the paid strategy, what you do is you would use the Facebook Ad Manager to find people that follow your competitors. They might be in your competitors' programs, they might be following your competitors, but you can, if your competitors have got enough of an audience, you can actually go and target those people. So for example, I've got a search here for a client which they were looking for women between age 24 and 64 in English speaking countries, so UK, America, Australia, Canada, who follow the Female Entrepreneur Association. So that was a real competitor following strategy. Let's look at warm now. So this isn't the outside, we're on the next level in of the circle. And actually, just to go back a step, I was asked at the meeting last night, does this work for business to business as well as business to consumer? Absolutely it does, because when you're targeting on homeowners or landlords or people with a certain net worth, absolutely you can target business to business, and the same when you're targeting your competitors. So yeah, this works for marketing to consumers and to other businesses as well. We use this very much for business to business. So let's look at a warm audience. How do you target a warm audience? Well, this is when you get into what's called remarketing. And you've probably seen this where you've searched for something on the internet and then the ads follow you around. That's called remarketing. And some people think it's a bit scary, but it's actually very powerful and it works really, really well. And if someone has been to your website or read a particular blog post or engaged with you in some way, you can actually now, this is using paid advertising now, you can actually market or remarket to those people because you know you've already got that know, like and trust. So you're actually targeting on behaviour and engagement. So now we've gone from just cold, picking people based on interest and demographics. Now we're actually looking at how people behave and how they engage with us. So let's talk about Facebook custom audiences. Now this is within the paid section of Facebook for running Facebook ads. So what sort of groups can we target? And this is where you can really hone your sales on social media using some of these strategies. So for example, you can target, as I mentioned, your website visitors. So you could target everyone that's been to your website in the past. You can do it, you can go back 6 months if you want. So you can say in the past 30 days, the last 60 days, 90 days. And you can also target people that have been to a particular page on your website. So let's say you sell 3 different products. You've got product A, B and C. You can target people with an ad that you know have been to page A, and you can target people with a different ad that you know have been to page B, and if A and B are completely different products or services, you want to address that in your marketing. So really, really powerful, because what you don't want to do is have one message, one post or one ad on Facebook which talks about everything, because if I'm interested in A, I'm not going to respond to an ad that's talking about B, and vice versa. Hope that makes sense. So you can also do things like you can import your email list into Facebook and you can promote to those people. Now again, you might say, why would you want to promote to your own email list? Because you've probably heard about the 7 touch points. People need to be touched marketing wise 7 times before they will take an action or buy from you. So how do you get those touch points? It's through posting, it's through Facebook groups, it's through LinkedIn connections, it's through advertising. And you can get these 7 touch points really quickly using the strategy I'm talking about. You can also, for example, you can export your LinkedIn connections and upload those into Facebook as an audience, and then you can market to those people. So again, you might think, why would you want to take LinkedIn connections and put them on Facebook? Because if someone sees you on LinkedIn, that's a touch point. They might see you on Facebook, that's another touch point. They might see a blog post, that's another touch point. Perhaps they see you promoting a blog on Twitter, that's another touch point. So you can see you can really quickly get your 7 touch points here without a huge amount of work. And you can also target, we're still looking at a warm audience now, you can target people that have watched a video. So if you put a video onto Facebook, you can now run an audience, you can now target people who've watched a certain amount of that video, 25%, 50%, 100%. And you can also target people that have engaged with your Facebook page. So that's when it gets really exciting. So you can upload your lists. You can also, now let's move to a hot audience. We're right in the inner circle now of your hot audience. So these are people that have already paid you, they're paying customers in some way. So what you can do is you can either upload those people as an audience, and again, you want to talk to those people differently, because if you're running ads on Facebook and someone's already a customer, you don't want to talk to them in the same way you're going to talk to someone that's a cold, a stranger that doesn't know anything about you. Customers, you want to talk to them much more in a friendly manner, and you want to talk to them in a way that you know that they already know about your business and what you offer and how you work, otherwise they wouldn't be coming back again. You might want to cross-sell or upsell, or offer new products and services, or offer new opportunities, or ask for reviews and testimonials. So lots of different things you would do with a hot audience that you wouldn't do with a cold or a warm audience. So can you see how we're really targeting here? And lastly, in terms of engagement with a hot audience, what you can do is you can import your customer list. So whether you've got a list of people who are customers or members of a membership program, or have taken on an online course, or PayPal customers, and you can use them as an audience. Or you can also do something very clever called create a lookalike audience. And what Facebook will do is it'll take your audience of your customers, and it will create a much bigger audience of people that fit the same profile as your paying customers on Facebook. So how amazing is that? I've got a sample of a remarketing ad there, and that is my very quick run through of how understanding your audience can help you to increase sales on social media. So I can see a few of you watching the Facebook Live here. Are there any questions before we finish today? This was a real rapid fire, top of my mind because I gave this presentation last night. I've covered the questions that came up last night. Any questions that you have on using your audience? So just when you're posting on Facebook or running any ads, just think to yourself, am I talking to people that are cold and know nothing about me, people that are warm, that we've maybe had some interaction but they haven't become customers yet, or are they hot, they're already customers and I want to offer them something new or get some feedback from them? And you need to write your copy and your ads to those 3 different audiences. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful. Can't see any questions coming up at the moment, but I want to keep this really short and to the point. So if you do have any questions, you can post them below. This will appear on my Facebook page. I'm also going to be putting this into the Modern Marketing Club, my Facebook group. So you are welcome to come and join me there and ask questions on my Facebook page or in the Modern Marketing Club Facebook group. And if you need any help with identifying audiences or how you target your audiences, oh hello, I'm getting thumbs up, hiya. You are welcome to schedule a free 15-minute strategy call with me. Go to mmspark.com/schedule and you can schedule a free 15-minute strategy call where we can have a look at your different audiences and how you might be speaking to those people with your ads and with your posts. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I will see you in the Modern Marketing Club and I'll see you next week. This is a weekly Facebook Live. Take care. Thanks, guys. Bye.